Okay, first things I want you guys to remember, just as an announcement, starting tomorrow, we will be going over our DMR because your DMR is back this week. Yay! No? Oh, yes, see? Aiden G and Sen-Q danced. I love you guys. Okay, DMR is back this week. So at 12:15, that will unlock to you, okay? For right now, I want us to go ahead and take a look at our Seesaw assignment on the activities called Identifying and Describing 3D Shapes. Identifying and describing 3D shapes. Go ahead and click on your add response. We're going to take a look at today's goal, and then we're going to look at a video on how to define 3D shapes according to their attributes, okay? Then we are going to compare and contrast shapes. So based on their attributes of their faces, edges, and vertices, how are they the same and how are they different? So we're going to look at today. Okay? All righty, let's add your response.
Miss Sousa,
Yes.
can you send this on back to me? I accidentally pressed the submit button.
I sure can, kiddo. Sure can. For your
I tried
math,
to scroll.
this math one, is that right?
Yeah,
I got
I
you.
tried to scroll down and accidentally click that one.
And send back. There you go. I have sent it back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Your goal for today is right here. If it'll give me my finger pointing tool instead of my drawing tool. There we go.
Hi, third grade. Today we are going to be continuing with our identifying and describing the following: cube, prism, pyramid, cone, and cylinder. Today we are going to be doing 3 of these targets. We will be identifying, recognizing these 6 3D shapes, and also describing the shape by counting its number of vertices, edges, and faces. Remember, we call these defining attributes. Today, we're also going to take it to the level 4, and we're going to compare and contrast different solids based on their defining attributes.
Okay, so looking at how they are the same and how they are different. Levin, a question?
No, that was for earlier.
Gotcha. Okay. So right now on slide 2, you are going to see a link. And this link will take you to a website of interactive shapes. That means you can move them just like if you had a shape in your hand that you were going to flip around and turn. So I want you guys to explore.
Take the time to look through these resources to help remind you about the 3D shapes and their faces, vertices, and edges.
Okay.
Use this and your notes to help you with today's activity.
Your notes, you guys should know to have those already. But if you forgot them or if you're at a different house or location, we've copied them for you here. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and click on this link and this link down here. There are 2 different links, and it is going to open up 3D shapes. If you scroll down, you will see the movement of the shapes, and you can use these arrows to change the direction that you are viewing it as well, okay, to move them in different directions. Across the top, you'll see different shapes, and if you click on them, they will change that shape. You can also click on the number of faces, vertices, and edges at the bottom, and it will display those for you, okay? I'm going to give you a moment in your independent breakout rooms to explore these links. Remember, there are 2 of them. One of them has our pyramids. The other has our rectangular base shapes. Okay. All right. Okay, so you have warmed up with the number of faces, edges, and vertices. Now we're going to compare shapes by their defining attributes. If you would please hop to slide 3, hop 2, hop 2. Slide 3 shows a cube and a rectangular pyramid. A cube and a rectangular pyramid. Let's go ahead and write the names of these shapes. Our first shape is a cube. Our second shape is a rectangular pyramid. Go ahead and record those names. We're going to talk today about the number of faces, edges, and vertices on a cube in a rectangular pyramid. Then we're going to notice what is similar and what is different between the number of faces, edges, and vertices. Okay? So let's take a look here at our cube. For our cube, we're going to count the number of faces. I'm going to use a blue to count the number of faces. First, I see this face in the very front, 1. We also have the back, 2. I'm labeling, so you are labeling. We have on the left side is 3. On the right side is 4. Then we have on the top is 5, and on the bottom is 6. Welcome, Motto. You're going to hop onto the seesaw activity called Identifying and Describing 3D Shapes, and you're going to go to slide 3, okay? Slide 3, and I'm going to watch your computer to make sure you get there, kiddo. So we have 6 faces. Go ahead and record that as your defining attribute. Then we're going to count the number of edges. For edges, I'm going to go ahead and trace in red, and I'm going to look at each line segment where 2 faces meet together. So each line segment where 2 faces meet together. First, I'm going to push this link out for Maro. So give me 1 second. There you go, Maro. Now you've got it on your computer. Okay. We're going to start with the top square face. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 faces on the top. The bottom is also a square. And we, again, because of our studies of quadrilaterals, know that that square has 4 edges. Then we have the edges that connect the top and the bottom. So there's 1 on the back left, 1 on the back right, 1 on the front left, and 1 on the front right. So that's another 4. So we have 4, 8, 12. 12 edges. For our vertices, I'm going to use green to count the points. Vertices are where 3 of those edges meet together. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 vertices, which you guys more commonly call corners, but our mathematic term is vertices. Down here it says the 2D name of the faces. Each of these faces on this shape are squares. There are only squares on this shape. So the 2D faces are squares. Are there any questions over the cube and the defining attributes? Okay, let's take a look at our our rectangular pyramid. Number of faces. So I'm going to label these with blue. I have a square base, that is 1. Then I have a triangle on the left, on the back, on the right, and on the front. So there are 5 faces. I have 1 triangle touching each edge of the square. So a base on the bottom and then 1 triangle going around each of the 4 sides. 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Let's count our edges. Our edges are where 2 of those faces come together. Yes, Aiden G.
Can you slow down because I'm not caught up?
I sure can. Thank you for letting me know.
I sure can. Thank you for letting me know.
Miss Bram is also showing how you can use the links website that we showed you to count the number of faces, edges, and vertices, and it will color code those for you. All right. So now let's count our edges on our rectangular pyramid. Remember, your edges are where 2 faces touch. Along the bottom, we have a square. Each side of that square is an edge. So there are 4 edges along the bottom. We then have 4 edges that come up at a diagonal from each vertex on the bottom. We have, ooh, that was not straight. We have 1, 2, 3, and then this kind of invisible one back here, 4. So then we have another 4. So we have 8 edges. Then our vertices are going to be where 3 of those edges come together. So along the bottom, we have 4 vertices, 1 on each point of the square. And then at the top, we have 1 single vertice or vertex where they all come together. So that is a total of 5 vertices. Aiden, I think what is taking you so long is those text boxes, kiddo. Go ahead and use your marker tool like I did. There you go. Okay. Now, this shape is different from our cube because it has 2 different shaped faces. On the bottom, we have 1 square. So there is 1 square. Going on each side, we have 4 triangles. So we have 1 square, we have 4 triangles. This is a difference between the cube and the rectangular pyramid. Any questions about the shape, the 2D names of the faces, the shapes? Okay, let's hop to slide 4. We're going to use slide 3 to help us with slide 4. The shapes that we are comparing are a cube and a rectangular pyramid. So I'm going to, ooh, that's not what I wanted. Let's try that again. I'm going to write the names of the shapes on our Venn diagram. Please do the same thing. Why are you not deleting? There we go. Rectangular pyramid and a cube. I just copied and pasted those words there. So we're going to use the information on slide 3 to record similarities and differences between a cube and a rectangular pyramid. Yes, Terrence.
Submitted my work on accident.
Gotcha. Okay, so one thing that we notice that is different is what we just talked about with the 2D faces. A cube is all squares. A rectangular pyramid is only one square. So I'm going to record that difference on my chart. And I'll put these in the chat so that you can copy and paste them. So our cube has 6 square faces. Our rectangular pyramid only has 1 square face. This is how those are different. We quantified their number. I'm going to stop sharing really quick. Okay, there you go. I lost your guys' faces. Now you're back. No, you're not. Where did you go? There you are. Okay. Yes, Steve.
I used it as a similarity that they both have square faces.
That's where we were going next, Steve. So you are right. But we do also still need to record the difference between the number. But we are going there next, that they both have a square face. That is a similarity between them. The difference is a rectangular pyramid only has 1, while a cube has 6. But they are the same in that they both have a square face. Yes, Daniel.
How do you copy?
So you're going to highlight the text and hit Control C. And then you'll create a text box and hit Control V.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So that's talking about the number of faces or the shape of the faces. Let's see if we can find anything about the number. I'm going to hop back to slide 3. Number of faces on a cube is 6. Number of faces on a rectangular pyramid is 5. Nope, that's a difference. But I am going to go ahead and write that. So there are 6 faces total on a cube. There are 5 faces total on a rectangular pyramid. For this one, I'll just copy and paste that text box. Nope. My copy and paste is being funny. And then put it over here, but change it to 5. Notice what I am not doing. I am not in the middle putting faces, edges, and vertices. Why, Ms. Sousa? Let me tell you why, friends. Because duh. All right. We are working on the defining attributes. Okay. The attributes of the shapes. A defining attribute of a shape is not that it has a vertice. It is the number of vertices that it has. Okay. That would be like saying, I know they're a human because they have a brain. Duh. Okay. We know that. We know if you're alive, you have a brain. Okay. So we don't need to say things that are obvious. We're going to do things that require us to manipulate, move, touch, look at those shapes. Okay. So in the middle, we are not putting both have faces because duh. Both have vertices because duh. We're going to put the number. Okay. Now, if both of them have the same number of vertices, that would be something to notice because that's a math term of a number. Terrence, a question.
Never mind. I was gonna say, can you copy it?
Okay. We're going to take a look back. So we've talked about our number of faces. To save time, I'm going to talk through these because I want you to get to your partner work. We also notice that there are a different number of edges. So on my Venn diagram, I would put 12 edges for a cube. I would put 5 edges or 8 edges for a rectangular pyramid. For the number of vertices on a cube over here, I would put 8 vertices. Over here, I would put 5 vertices. And then there aren't really any other similarities here. Okay, so I'm done with that. You're getting ready to do the same thing with a partner. When you go into a breakout room, you and your partner are going to determine which shape you're going to create. Please slide down to slide 10. These are the 3D shapes that you can choose from because these are the 3D shapes that are in our standard. So if it's my turn and I am going to choose the rectangular prism, I'm going to copy that shape, and where it says your 3D shape, I'm going to paste it. Okay, now I'm going to tell my partner, I did the rectangular prism, so you can't do that one. What are you going to do? And then my partner is going to say, okay, cool. I'm going to do the cone. And then where it says your partner shape, you're going to put the cone. Okay, so you're choosing a shape, your partner is choosing a shape. Then you are going to record the number of faces, edges, vertices, and the 2D names of the faces. What questions are there about what you're getting ready to do to describe your shapes? Okay, I'm going to pop you into your breakout rooms. You and your partner talk about which shape each of you is going to do and write down its defining attributes. Okay, I shared this with you in each of your independent breakout rooms. What you did not finish is now to be completed as independent work because this is part of your grade. So I am grading your partner work and your independent work. Your independent work is to repeat this process by yourself with 2 other shapes. You can use a shape from one of your other comparisons, but you cannot compare the same 2 shapes. So I cannot grab a cube and a rectangular pyramid and make that my independent work because it's already been done. I could get a cube and a sphere because I didn't do those together yet. Okay, so 2 shapes that you have not yet compared. Put their picture, put their number of faces, edges, and vertices, put the name of the faces. Compare and contrast. Get your pen ready, please. Get your pen ready. This slide is going to be worth 5 points. I want 2 differences of shape 1. I want 2 differences of shape 2. I want 1 similarity. 2, 1, 2. I want you to write that down. I'm going to check your screens. 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. So this is worth 5 points. 2 here, plus 1, plus 2. Okay? All right. That is your independent task today. That is your math. See ya.